On April 17, 1955, Albert Einstein was rushed to the hospital with chest pain, unaware that he was suffering from a fatal abdominal aortic aneurysm. At the time, he was preparing a speech for Israel's 7th anniversary. Doctors wanted immediate surgery, but Einstein, who had undergone the same operation 8 years earlier, refused. With words that became legendary, he said, "I will die when I choose to die. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go, and I will do so elegantly." He passed away early the next morning at Princeton Hospital. What happened during the autopsy, however, was far more unusual. Pathologist Thomas Harvey removed Einstein's brain without the family's permission, preserved it in formalin, and cut it into 240 pieces. His goal was to uncover what made this brain exceptional. But Einstein hated being idolized and had requested that his body be cremated and his ashes scattered secretly. Facing backlash, Harvey persuaded Hans Einstein to grant retroactive permission on the condition that the brain be used strictly for scientific research and that the results be published in reputable journals. Harvey lacked the expertise to analyze it. So for nearly 40 years, he drifted across America with Einstein's brain stored in jars. Real scientific studies began in the 1990s. So what did researchers discover? Could Einstein's genius be seen in his brain? To start, Einstein's brain wasn't unusually large. It was actually smaller than average at 1,230 grams, but its structure contained rare features. His right frontal lobe had an extra fold, associated with abstract nonverbal reasoning. He also had a pronounced omega sign in the motor cortex, typically found in people who start playing instruments at a young age. Einstein began violin at age 6, perfectly matching this feature. In Brodmann area 39 of the left hemisphere, linked to language processing, neuron density was lower than normal. This aligns with Einstein's late speech development and childhood language difficulties. By contrast, regions responsible for mathematical reasoning, symbolic thought, and long-form reading were significantly larger, about 15% bigger than average. His corpus callosum, the bridge between brain hemispheres, was unusually thick, enabling rapid interhemispheric communication. These traits match the way Einstein thought, not in words, but in images, colors, and music, essentially as a synesthete. When stuck on a problem, he often played violin for hours until the solution appeared to him. For Einstein, physics wasn't about building theories from data like most scientists do. It was about sensing what felt aesthetically right for the universe. Sometimes this intuition led to breakthroughs. Other times it misled him for years. Were these differences in his brain innate or shaped by a lifetime of intense thought? The truth is both. The brain is plastic. Learning physically reshapes neural networks. But large structural differences, such as folds and lobar proportions, mostly form before age 6. Since Einstein only began serious scientific thinking later, at least some of these differences were likely inborn. Yet Einstein's genius did not come only from his biology. It sprang from relentless curiosity, obsessive focus, resilience in the face of early learning struggles, and the discipline to keep studying physics even while working full-time at a patent office. Genius is a blend of genes, brain structure, environment, passion, persistence, and plain luck. So when you learn something new, don't imagine you're only acquiring information. Your brain is physically changing, forming new connections. That mindset makes learning more meaningful and more enjoyable. And that, perhaps more than anything, is the real lesson of Einstein's story. If you want, I can turn this into a video script, add documentary narration tone, or make it even shorter.